Hi, welcome to CS Glitz. In the last video, we learned about loops, iteration, and debugging. In this video, we'll focus on string manipulation. Let's try to write a program that will take a city name from the user and validate if it is 5 characters long or not. We can do that by going through all the characters and counting them one by one. Instead of that, we can use inbuilt function len. It will return the length of a sequence object. Let's say we want to count the number of digits of a positive integer. Not all objects support len function. We can convert it to string and then calculate. As we had learned in the last lecture, /t represents tab and /n represents a new line. But what if we want to print the contents of the string as it is? For that, we can use REPR function. It returns printable representation of the object. We already know that strings are a sequence of characters. We associate them with integers starting from 0 called index. Why 0, not 1? Earlier languages like C use 0 because of the pointer calculations. But we can check other valid arguments given by a famous computer scientist named Edgar Dijkstra in the description. In Python, we can use negative indices as well. They are useful if we want to refer to a value from the end instead of the start. If our string length is n, then the valid range for index is from -n to n-1. Let's understand the indexes by an example, string billion. We can select a single character by providing an index in square brackets. If we try to select a character from an invalid index, then Python will throw an index out of range error. We can select a substring of a string by providing it a start and an end index separated by a colon. This will take all the characters starting from 1 up to 3. Similar to range function, it is excluding the last index 4. Choosing a substring this way is called slicing. We can use a negative index. The character at index 3 is L and index -2 is O. So this will take all the characters from the second L to I. If we give an out of range index, then slice will not throw an error, it will just take values in the valid range. We can also omit both indexes and just put a colon. This is giving full string because the default value of start is 0 and end is n, that is the length of the string. We can also leave either start or end. This will select first 4 characters. This will select all the characters from the third index to the end. This will select all the characters from start to the third from the last. This will select the last 4 characters. Just like the range, there is a third argument, step. By default, its value is 1, but we can change it to any value. This will start from the first index and go till the sixth index, while taking every alternate character. Similarly, this will start from the first index and go up to the last index, while taking every second character. If we put a negative step size, then it will start from the last index and go up to the first index. This is the easiest way to reverse a string in Python, and this will take every alternate character in reverse order. We know how to get a character from the string. Now let's try to change it to a million. Strings are immutable in Python. That is why we cannot modify them directly. But we can create a new one by concatenating m and illion. Now let's try to use what we have learned so far. We got a message from some friend, but he forgot to put spaces in between the words. All he told us that the words are 3 characters long. Let's try to decode the message. We will first start the starting index of slice from 0 and keep increasing it by 3. After that, we append it to output alongside space. String implement all the common sequence operations along with the additional string methods. They can be called with dot and function name. As strings are immutable, all functions return a new string. Lower method converts a string into the lowercase version. Similarly, the upper method converts a string into the uppercase. The swap case method will convert the lowercase into the uppercase and uppercase into the lowercase. Capitalize method will convert the first character to uppercase and all the other characters to the lowercase. Title method will convert the first character of each word to uppercase and remaining to the lowercase. Whitespace characters are the characters that are not visible on the screen, like tab, new line, and spaces. The rstrip method will remove all the whitespace characters from right until it finds a non-whitespace character. Similarly, the lstripe method will remove all the whitespace characters from left until it finds a non-whitespace character. The stripe method will remove all the whitespace characters from both left and right. We will take a closer look at some more useful functions. Center just returns a centered string padded with spaces. Instead of spaces, we can also use any other character. zfill returns a left-filled string with a specified number of width. If we want to use a character other than 0, then we can just use rjust method. By default, it will take spaces. Similarly, if you want to right fill any character, then we can just use ljust. We can use count method to count the number of occurrences in a string. It will ignore the overlapping strings. We can also specify from which index to start and which index to end. If we want to know at which index the match was found, then we can use index function. It will return the index of the first occurrence from the left. We can also specify a start or both start and an end. If it doesn't find the value, it will throw the error. If we want to search from right, then we can just use rindex. A find function does the same, but instead of throwing an error, it will return -1. rfind is similar to find, it just starts the search from the right. We can also use a start or both start and an end in all of these functions. However, if we want to know that a string contains a substring or not, then it's better to use a membership operator. There are two such operators, in and not in. They return a bool value. We can also check whether a string is starting with another string or not. Remember, all the matching are case sensitive. Similarly, we can also check whether they are ending with another string or not. We can also use a start or both start and an end with these two functions. If we have a string full of tabs, then we can change them using expand tabs. It will change the tab character with the specified number of spaces. We can also change all the occurrences of a substring with another one using the replace function. It will ignore the overlapping strings. If we specify the third argument, then only that many occurrences will be replaced. Let's talk about some methods that return bool value. IsLower method returns true value if all the characters in the string are lowercase. IsUpper method returns true only if all the characters in the string are uppercase. IsTitle method returns true if the string follows the rule of a title function. IsAlpha method returns true only if all the characters in the string are alphabet. IsDigit method returns true only if all the characters in the string are digits. IsAlnum method returns true only if all the characters in the string are alphanumeric. IsSpace method returns true only if all the characters in the string are white space. IsPrintable method returns true only if all the characters in the string are not white spaces. IsIdentifier method returns true only if the string follows same rules as an identifier. Let's write a program to check whether a string can be a good password or not. For a good password, it should have at least 2 lowercase characters, 2 uppercase characters, 2 numeric digits, and 2 special characters. Special characters are these characters. We will notify the user of what he is missing. Let's do a quick recap on what we have learned today. How string indexes work, slicing, how to manipulate string methods. Link to the source code for the examples and assignments are in the description. Feel free to drop suggestions or questions in the comments. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.